Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for being here today to talk about the path of mysticism. Welcome to Success Through Meditation. I'm Shakti, coming to you from a lineage of enlightenment to help you to see, honor, and love the light within yourself so that you can see, honor, and love the light within others. There are two parts to a person's, or two aspects, two structures to a person's being, and this is what we come to know intimately on the path, on the mystic path. And so those two states of being, or those two aspects, are the conscious and the superconscious aspects of our being. And today we're going to talk about things to do, tools, techniques. So these four pathways to enlightenment are love, or principal pathways. Love is generally the one that most engage in first, the path of love, Bhakti yoga. And it is learning how to love, being in touch with loving, true love, without attachment, etc., etc., etc. So the pathway of love, then there is the pathway of selfless giving. Selfless giving, we serve others, we get in touch with our oneness with all that is, all beings. We learn to take care of one another, at a much higher level. We care for each other's beings. The third pathway is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is the pathway of knowledge, where we study, we learn, we gather information. And then the path of mysticism. So the process of learning, talking about these tools that we gather, and the conscious and the superconscious levels, the aspects of mysticism, involves a teacher and a student. I'll leave it there. Sometimes there are two teachers. The two may be working together for this student's benefit. So one of the teachers will deal with the superconscious, while the other will deal with the conscious, or the physical side of our being. They work together. So the conscious state and the superconscious state, each teacher takes a spot. And then there are those teachers who deal with both, the conscious and the superconscious. I am one of those, as my teacher was one of those. So, as I said, my teacher taught us both the levels of the conscious and the superconscious. And the idea is that the teacher wants to show the student the intricacies of the superconscious that opens the doorways into other dimensional planes, other sides of reality, to bring the student into another field of attention. The teacher is able to do that. An enlightened teacher is able to do that for the student, with the student. And we do that by meditating with them. Meditation is the way to gain the power to, on any of the paths, to be more in touch with love, to gather more knowledge, to be available for this knowledge. Meditation is crucial for serving others, selfless giving, the pathway of selfless giving. Meditation, again, is crucial to gathering the power to be able to serve others. We need power in all things, don't we? To live, to exist, to play, to work. We need power, we need energy. I'm not talking about power in the sense that turning on any news channel in today's world shows you where power is all about manipulation, domination, and control. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the power within, the energy within, so that we can serve others, we can help others, we can assist others on their path here in life. So the teacher helps the student to pull that together with some of the tools that I'm going to give you today. And then also, through meditating with them, shows the student other dimensional planes, other ways of being, other perceptions, gathering power together so that our work, our lives, our happiness quotients while we're here on this planet are raised. That's the idea with the teacher. To show you other views of this and other worlds. So mysticism is the language of power and apprehensions. It involves being impeccable with the conscious aspects. In other words, with our lives, with our beings, with our physical beings, so that the superconscious aspects can hear or understand or believe the teachings that the conscious mind needs to feel in charge of. I'm going to repeat that. Mysticism is the language of power and meditation and apprehensions. It involves being impeccable with the conscious aspects of our being, the physical being, so that the superconscious aspects can hear, can recognize, or understand, or believe the teachings that the conscious mind needs to feel in charge of. All of you, I'm sure, have recognized this. The conscious mind wants to understand what you're doing, where you're going, why you're going there, right? So the conscious mind wants to be in charge, but it isn't. But it isn't. The idea is that we need to have, the idea is that we need to have really basically our outer shit together. We really do, to avoid frustration and confusion in learning the intricacies of the journey of the superconscious and beyond. So our outer lives need to be impeccably situated, clean, clear, so that the superconscious can be understood to some level by our conscious mind. So what we do is we journey from this side of of being, the conscious side, to the superconscious. It is the warrior's way. You've heard me talk about that many times. And it brings freedom, happiness, abandonment in a world where very, very few know what this is about. Very few look for it, seek it. They're very comfortable in the beliefs that they've been given, the path that they've been given, and they don't look outside of it. Most people are this way. They don't look outside of the scripts, the programming that they have been given, and they stick to that as if they thought of it. That's what they do. Instead of opening up to more power, more love, more happiness, more joy, more selfless giving, more knowledge. And so they don't know what any of this is about. Mysticism is a very foreign word. It means something else to most people. So we have to discuss and take care of the orderliness of your outer being. We must take care of this aspect, right? When what Don Juan in the Carlos Castaneda books called the tonal. The tonal is our outer being. This is where we live. This is the house we live in. This is the body we live in. So when we begin to take a look at our outer being, and when we put that into order, our receptivity for knowledge, our receptiveness, our ability to absorb the knowledge from beyond even the superconscious is greater. From beyond the conscious to the superconscious, from the superconscious and beyond. It is greater when our physical lives are in order, when there is an orderliness to how we live. It is necessary to have a very strong being, strong mind, strong physical presence, strong physical being. It is necessary to have this to be able to move forward in this study, the study of self-development. So the teacher gives a picture, a view of another dimensional plane, other dimensions. And if the student's life is not tight, if it is out of order, they aren't able to see or take in the different realms that the teacher shows them. The teacher does these things in places of power generally, which can be many places on this planet. It can even be in a room where the teacher with enough power can show the student another perspective, another way of being, another plane to live on, a happier plane, a dimensional plane. And the teacher might take the students to places of power, like places on the ocean, on the seascape, places in the desert, in the mountains. These different places of power exist all over the world. We have been on many retreats to experience being together, miracles, and just the energy of these places of power. Generally, these places of power are not too traversed by other humans. They're generally places where there is less traffic most of the time, but not always. The enlightenment exists in the city too. It's also here, it's there, it's everywhere. It's just a matter of one being able to tap into that dimensional plane, to be able to see these aspects that the teacher might be showing you. So we go to these other places and experience, because I can talk about this until the cows come home, but until you experience what it is that I and all teachers from time immemorial have spoken about, until you experience that, the knowledge isn't there. We can talk about knowledge, but knowledge in mysticism comes from experience. So these visions, these ideas are very different. These visions of the world are very different, the ones the teacher gives you, because the ones you've been given are very, very limited by the tightness of your being. In other words, if your outer world is sloppy, your ability to see these other worlds will be limited. It's better to have a tight life, right? A tight life. Change your structure, you know. The conscious minds need to change the structure around you, your physical self, your apartment, your home. Tidy it up, right? Clean it up. Because your awareness is bound together by light, by the luminous side of being, of experience. These luminous threads of life which dissolve into the superconscious at death. That is what we are bound together by light. So the superconscious, a place of light, love, play, and fun, is where you really want to hang out, isn't it? It's where you want to be. It's a lot more fun. But getting there takes a little bit of effort. And in this life, you will only go into the superconscious as far as your outer being will allow. Your outer being controls the situation, controls your life, controls what you are able to and not able to experience. So you will only go into the superconscious side of things when your outer being permits, because of the work that you've done to secure your mind, your physical self, your life. So the idea is to tighten your life, tighten it up. It is necessary. What we do is we start to create a refinement from the ground up. We deal with the physical, right? We deal with it. The body and its strength, the mind and its clarity, how you live, how you dress, how you speak, how you walk, how you laugh, how you think, your career, your attachments, all the subjects of your daily life. We deal with them. We tighten them up. Let's deal with a couple of them. So your clothing. The way you dress is so important. On the one hand. On the other hand, whatever. But if what you're wanting to do is be able to open up your being more to your superconscious self so that you can traverse these beautiful dimensional planes, light-filled dimensional planes, filled with love, happiness, joy, fun, play, then these aspects become very important. So how you dress is so, so, so important. It demonstrates the impeccability of your spirit, how people view and treat you. When we were babies and our teacher said, you know, when you go into a store, for instance, when you go into a nice place, a nice clothing store, dress up, look good. You will be treated differently. How we are treated affects people like us. We are very sensitive to energy. And if someone is throwing, bad for them, but I mean, not good for them, if they are throwing energy that isn't positive in your direction, it may affect you. You are sensitive unless you have gone beyond that. But in the beginning, for the first several incarnations, you're very sensitive in meditation because of meditation, strengthening your being, tearing apart all that you were at one time, dissolving into light what you used to think you were. You are very sensitive. So it is important how people treat you. Therefore, dressing up to go into a nice place. I've always told all of my friends, I've been in the music business for most of my life, a lot of my life. And I used to tell when we were getting on planes, I would tell my, bandmates or whatever, dress up. Dress up so that you're treated well. That was a foreign idea for these friends of mine, a really foreign idea. But they started dressing up and they found that they were treated better, maybe even got upgrades sometimes, right? Dress. Dress for the way you want to be treated. Dress for the appropriateness of the moment. Obviously don't wear a suit if you're going to the beach, but dress well. Always dress well so that you are seen and treated according to how you're presenting yourself, because that's what people do. They treat you according to what you look like, how you present yourself. So dress up as much as possible. And you're increasing your power during these moments You know how it feels to get dressed up, to go out, to feel like you're pulled together. There's more power in it. This is mysticism. You're increasing your power in mysticism. Of course, you begin with meditation. That's always the thing that's going to bring your power up. But there, all of these other aspects that I'm about to bring to your attention are also very important. Meditation will be, of course, the thing that brings you the most power. The energy is what we're talking about. So it is your statement, how you present yourself. And people will treat you by your statement, by how you appear. So we want to increase our power in mysticism. No losing power. Dress to project your warrior spirit. Now, on the other hand, no, you don't want to attract attention. You're not wanting to stick out. This also drains your energy when you are focused upon, unless, of course, you have enough power to withstand it and know how to deal with it. But in general, it's best to fly under the radar, to maintain your power, to keep your power, because that is one of the places that power can leak. Sticking out. When all it does is drain your power. Now, there are many aspects to this, especially, certainly in the world of social media these days. You must have enough power to withstand some of the things that may come at you if your business is in online, right? If you are seen online, you must have enough power to withstand whatever it is that comes at you. So walking in the streets, walking in the world, trying not to attract attention is better. It's a rule of thumb for the warrior. Be conservative in your outer appearance. That's the idea. A clean image. There is so much power in how you dress. Another aspect would be exercising. Take care of your body. Get to the gym. Do yoga. Stretch. Take care of your body. Eat as well as you possibly can. Organic whenever possible. Treat yourself well when it comes to your physical body. Lotion, creams, hair products. Do as well as you can. Use the finest products that your financial state allows. Or your smart state. You don't always have to spend a lot of money on these things, do you? You can be smart and just purchase really great things. So take care of what you put into your body, how you strengthen your body. Also, choose a career that benefits this idea of gaining power. Use your daily work as meditation. Use it and don't get drained, by your work. Choose a career that does well by you for maintaining your power. Relationships. This is where we lose power the most. We lose the most amount of power through our relationships. Love is one of those places, but we give it willingly, don't we? But you want to have a clearing. Make a list. Make a list of everything that empowers you and everything that removes your power, leaks your power. Make a list. What makes you feel powerful, energized, happy? There you go, happy. What makes you feel happy? Make a list. Make a list of the things and the people that you hang out with and maybe don't feel so great when you leave them. Check yourself always when you're around someone. A half hour later, just check in with your being. How do you feel? Do you feel great? Do you feel not so great? And it's usually very, very obvious, those people who are draining your energy. And so we just need to make the moves, or allow eventually eternity will do it for you. Truly. Eternity shows you your tribe, who to be with, who not to be with, who to hang out with, who not to hang out with. Hang out with people that are fun. Hang out with people who you want to be like. I remember as a young student, my teacher told us this very thing, and he said, hang out with people who may have an aspect of your being that you would like to acquire. Humility, patience, purity. And I remember seeing one of his students. She had been with him before he came to the West Coast in California. And she was just, I came to know her quite well over the years, but she was just so beautiful. What I saw was purity. And to hang out with someone like that imbues your being with that aspect. Hang out with people who are fun. If you want to be funny, hang out with people who are. Right? Hang out with people who make you laugh, who laugh themselves more than you do, maybe. If power is what you seek, do the things I'm telling you. Go to the mountains, go to the ocean, find a teacher. Gather knowledge through meditation. Do these things. These are the tools in mysticism to gather power. You're gathering energy, you're gathering power. So the idea is that your physical self must be tight. Get that into good shape so that the ideas of the superconscious enter your being effortlessly and without issue. You must have a tight mind. You must have a strong mind to be able to have these experiences, especially with a teacher. Well, I can't imagine having them without one. There are lots of bumps, pitfalls, things like that might happen, and without a teacher to help guide you, I don't know, things can happen that you might not want to, but you'll know when it's time. But the idea is that we allow the superconscious to guide us, and that can't be done when the ideas in our minds are so stuck in a reality that was given to us and not of our own making. So, yes, there is power in how you dress. There is power in exercise. There is power in what you put into your body. And now the spiritual center. When you are around a teacher, there is etiquette. You want to dress in as refined a way as possible, as a reflection of your warrior spirit. Raise your energy when you are with your teacher. Raise your energy. So create this conservative outer being, this refined outer being. And also, when you do, your power is up so that you are able to relate to other people who are really good at managing their finances, at their career. That's who you will attract into your life when you refine your own. Energy attracts energy. Vibration attracts vibration. This is what you're doing. And I know you've heard this. Everything you seek is seeking you. The issue is your energy, your vibration. When you vibrate at the same level as what you seek, it appears. It's a beautiful thing. So pay attention to where you live, how you live. Make a list of your attachments and be detached. Love is a great way of looking at this. Love without attachment is true love, isn't it? Love with no expectations is true love. But it takes detachment, being detached. Be an impeccable warrior, an impeccable career person, an impeccable student, employee, etc. Be impeccable in all that you do. Oh, and put some plants in your home. Have plants around you for so many reasons that I don't need to go into, but have plants. They're beautiful, something to take care of other than your own being. Pets are wonderful for that too. A doggy or a kitty. They're wonderful because they give you someone else to take care of. Because you've already got yourself cleared out. You've cleared your closets, you've cleared your home, or you simply moved and started all over, whatever it is. You've got your tonal, your outer being in order. And now you're ready for the superconscious and the levels of consciousness that the teacher can bring you. It's a beautiful thing. And this is mysticism. I think I'm going to talk about mysticism for a few times. There are many, many aspects to it that I think you'll find interesting. I hope you do. For those of you who have not meditated or who are new to the practice of meditation, every day we wake up, we take a shower, or at the very least wash our hands and face to present a clear, clean self to our meditation. We're going to sit up straight. Your tummy is empty. You want to do it when you first wake up. After showering, if you need a cup of coffee so that you stay awake, a cup of tea or some stretches, do that to keep your body up and awake. Your back is straight when you sit in meditation. You're allowing the kundalini energy to run up, down, and all around your subtle physical being. This kundalini energy is your life source. It's easy to see in all of the chakras if you've ever taken a look at your chakras, or someone else's maybe. The aura, you've heard of that. The aura around someone gives you an indication of what the energy centers, the chakras are. Chakra means spinning wheel, and so these spinning energy centers that we hold within our subtle physical beings coincide with places in our physical beings. So we have our chakra that deals with power, with energy, with love, with creativity, with truth, our throat chakra, speaking our truth, with intelligence, psychic energy, psychic ability. And when I talk about psychic ability, I'm talking about your intuition, so that your intuition is clear and seeing well. You see well. You see with your heart, right? This is your intuition. This is your heart. This is your love. And then, of course, we have the crown center, crown chakra, that connects with your spiritual self, with eternity, with God, source. So during meditation, we focus on maybe one or more of these these energetic places in our being, chakras. We may also focus on a number of other things. Today we'll focus on, we'll have a yantra in front of the screen. We'll focus on music. The music takes you as high as, takes you very, very high. Our music is infused with enlightened energy, performed, produced, composed by a fully enlightened being for this purpose, for you. It blocks out the energies of all of the other billions of people on our planet. We give and receive impulses of energy from other beings in our world. Everybody's putting them out, everybody's taking them in. And what this music does, it helps to block these energetic forces so that your meditation can go deeper, can be easier. It's for you, for this purpose. So you can focus on that. At the end of our meditation, you sit up nice and straight, as I said. Tummy's empty, you're awake. Your hands are resting very comfortably in your lap. At the end of our meditation, we bow. Forehead to the ground. In gratitude. We offer our meditation up to eternity. In gratitude. In gratitude for all that is. And just a note on gratitude, it is the highest human sentiment. Gratitude. If you sit and focus just on a few things every day that you're grateful for, maybe right before you go to sleep, say thank you for the day, for all of your life. During the day, think of a few things that you're very grateful for. Your relationships, or not, your life, your happiness, your health, your heart beating without you having to tell it to do so, your breath, the arms, the hands that you have to hold others, to love others. Say thank you. If that, as Maya Angelou said, is the only thing that you pray in your day, thank you, that is enough. And gratitude in and of itself, as I said, is the highest human sentiment. And it takes you to another dimensional plane, filled with light, filled with joy. This is mysticism. Gathering the energy and the power to be able to experience these other planes of life, filled with more light, more joy, more fun, more play than maybe you've ever known. This is the idea. So we do this for 15 minutes, for at least a few months, and then as soon as you possibly can, add another meditation at the end of the day to clear out all of the things that have happened in your day. You know, first you wake up and you meditate to clear out the dream world, to clear out whatever it was that you were dreaming. Then at the end of the day, we want to clear the day and all of its impressions upon your being. Meditation is truly like a shower for your heart, your soul, your mind. So we clear it out to begin fresh, new, clear. Again, this is all so that you can experience the state of the superconscious, the state of being that involves more love, more light, more joy. That's the idea. I'm going to take myself off camera as we prepare to meditate. Take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold for the count of 3 at the top. Focus your attention on your eyes, the muscles around your eyes, and relax the muscles around your eyes. As you do, you'll find that your jaw muscles, your facial muscles will also begin to relax. If you have any tension whatsoever in your scalp, relax your scalp. Relax your neck, your throat. Relax your shoulders. Your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands and your fingers. Relax, relax, relax. Relax your chest. Relax your back. Relaxing the muscles on either side of your spinal column as you sit up as straight and as comfortably as you can. Relax your abdomen. Release all of the muscles in your abdomen. Relax your hips, your upper legs, your lower legs. Relax your feet and your toes. Relax, relax, relax. Focus your attention on all of the 7 or arguably 8 primary chakras in your being. At the base of the spine, we have your energy center, seen as a red ball of light. This is where your energy sits like a coiled snake. Right above that, in the area where babies are born, is your creative center, signified by an orange ball of light. Above that, your navel center, your center of power, golden ball of light that is you. This is where your power rests, an inch or so above your belly button. Above that is the heart center. This chakra is in the center between the chakras that deal with the physical being, your lower 3, and your upper 3 that deal with your spiritual being. Your heart center, it is signified as an emerald ball of light, emerald light. Then above that is your throat center. This is where we speak our truth, where your truth is spoken so that others know who you are. This is signified by a robin's egg blue, a light blue light. Then above that, we have the third eye, an inch or so above your eyebrows in the center of your forehead. This light is signified as an indigo, violet, or white light. And it is where your intuition, your wisdom, your knowledge sits, your psychic ability. Above that, we have the crown center at the top of your head. This is signified as a white light that connects you. It is your direct connection to eternity. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the base of the spine and take your energy very quickly up through the chakras, all the way up to the crown center, and then bring that energy down. Don't let it keep going. Bring the energy down around your entire being. Your energy, filled with light. Again, at the base of the spine, bringing this energy all the way up through your creative power, love, truth, psychic, and spiritual being, and then bring this energy all the way down around envelop yourself in this light. One more time, the base of the spine, bring and see all of these energy centers lighting up as you bring this energy very, very quickly up, 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 all the way up to your crown center, and then bring the energy down around your entire being. Continue this exercise, this visualization with your chakras into the first few moments of our meditation music. And then let go. Let go and let eternity do with you what it will. Now, let's meditate. Namaste. Thank you for being with us today to talk about the path of mysticism. I think I'll be speaking a little bit more about this in the coming weeks. It is a wonderful subject to explore, to implement the knowledge that we receive from it, the study of mysticism. I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Namaste. The light in me sees, honors, and so loves the light in you. I'll see you soon. Thanks.